The truth about what actually makes us fat and obese is not what you think. The real problem about weight control in general and weight loss in particular is the fact that weight control was never meant to be your job. You already have inside you a proven and perfect weight loss control system. It's where your own internal digestive system exists, and from where your basic instinct, intuitive eating, works with your digestive system to maintain, manage, and control your natural, intuitive eating system. Bear in mind that this is a natural, intuitive system that is completely out of your control. It's the system that kept us slim and healthy for centuries, right up until 50 years ago. So then all we knew that our job was to pick and choose the food we were guided to by our basic instinct, intuitive eating. Once we did that, our body took care of the rest. That's the reason weight control was never your job. But to an industry eager to take over our daily diet, intuitive eating had to be broken. It stood in the way of a huge amount of processed foods ready to cover all our needs. These were people determined to make us change our foods from natural to unnatural. Needless to say, they succeeded. This is clearly evident by today's obesity epidemic, fast increasing diabetes type 2, and the equally deadly morbid obesity. The fact is that today, the vast majority of people are eating foods their digestive system can't recognize and therefore refuses to process. That leaves your body with a big problem. It's forced to convert all those unnatural substances into body fat. Body fat is the only fat that makes us fat. It's visible on our body, but it also does internal damage. It clogs your arteries and nestles around your vital organs. Your body will eventually progress from obesity to a terrible new disease called morbid obesity. At that point, it's too late for weight control. You won't be able to move from your bed, and all you can do is eat yourself to death. Brutal, but true. You have to realize and understand that your body is not designed to adapt and gradually accept unnatural substances. That can never happen, because your body is locked into evolution. It's identical to our most distant ancestors. It's designed for a very specific type of food and will never be able to adapt or change that. All processed foods make us fat. In the past, there was no need for weight control. Diets didn't exist, and the vast majority of people were slim and healthy. Today, the majority, at least 60% of people, are fat or obese. There's a huge market for countless diets and other weight loss methods, which now that you know how your body works, you'll realize that these methods are futile. They are a danger to your health. The only one who understands your body is your body. It comes ready-made with systems and instincts that ensure you maintain a slim, healthy body throughout your life. None of that was meant to be your job. Your body is designed for the foods only nature can provide, and it has an amazing system that takes care of everything. In the past, all we ever had to do was to eat the right food. It's the height of foolishness to try to mess with nature. Today we pay for the many human interventions that were so arrogantly and proudly instigated around 50 years ago. It was only a matter of time before somebody looked at our human body to see what could be changed inside. Today we need only look around to see the results. We watch as nature suffers, and we fear the things that may happen to our body. It's so important for you to know how your body works. Bear in mind that your internal body is outside your control. It's the only part of your body you'll live in for your entire life. It's identical in every detail to that of your most distant ancestors. Without the truth revealed, obesity will eventually become a reality for your entire family and everyone else's. It may be hard to believe, but living a life without weight problems and diets was the only way we lived for centuries. It was the normal way to live till just 50 years ago. So ask yourself, what changed 50 years ago that's making us all fat and obese? It's when an industry finally found a brutal way to break our intuitive eating system. This opened the gate to the industry, and it changed everything. The industry managed to break our basic instinct, intuitive eating. A system that had controlled and balanced our weight for centuries. Suddenly, we were without a rudder. Strangers controlled our weight, and we were no longer led to the right foods. Diet experts quickly appealed to help us choose the new foods. We found ourselves in a new eating system that required our constant attention and felt like a lot of hard work. It was a system that promised a lot, but in reality it delivered obesity, diabetes type 2, and diet-related cancers and other diseases. It was the diet we were forced to have. It built what has been called the biggest industry in the world. It gave a healthy boost to the drug companies, who were able and eager to create a whole new range of drugs. This is a corporate game, and we're just the pawns. We underpin these industries and build their ever-growing profits. It's time the whole truth is revealed to everybody. The 3 world events that made us fat is the first and only opportunity you'll have to get the entire unbelievable story. You deserve to know the secret they've tried so hard to keep from you. The fact is, nature always keeps it simple. It provided us with the right foods that kept us slim and healthy for centuries. Those same foods are now threatened by an industry that wants them gone completely. Till 50 years ago, obesity was very rare and confined to people with a serious medical condition like thyroid and diabetes type A. The real truth about what makes us fat is not about how much fat we eat or how many calories we accumulate. It's also not about learning some mumbo-jumbo pseudoscience about kilojoules or the correct ratio of nutrients. The truth is so much simpler and a lot more sinister. That's why it's a secret. The whole truth will be revealed in a webinar called The 3 World Events That Made Us Fat. You'll not only learn the horrible, brutal tactics used by the industry to get control of our food. You'll also learn how and why they continue to do this today. But most important of all, you'll discover exactly what you can do for yourself and your family to finally defeat this industry to get a lifetime weight loss. You'll then know in your heart that you'll never again worry about your weight.